They were coming to hit us. Well, that is the claim now coming from Cuba. Welcome to TimesXP, it's me, Dhruti, and this is not a rumor, not a leak. An official statement, ladies and gentlemen, and it adds another dramatic new layer to the deadly gunfire at the sea. Let's talk about the setting first. Dark waters of Cuba's north coast. A Florida registered speedboat, and there were 10 people on the boat. After some time, the shots were fired, 4 are dead, 6 are injured, and now Cuba says that this was not a random crossing. It was an attempted infiltration. Let's talk who are they first. Cuban authorities say that all 10 people on the boat, they were Cuban nationals. But here's the twist. They were living in the US. Diaspora connection, cross-border history. 7 of them have been identified. 3 officials say are still being verified right now, and other suspects arrested on the land. Well, they are accused of coordinating the mission from inside Cuban territory. Now, shifting to the weapons, Cuba says this was not a fishing trip. It was not a pleasure cruise. Authorities claim that they recovered assault rifles, handguns, in fact, Molotov cocktails. Images released by officials show weapons laid out for the cameras. The message is clear here. This was armed. This was organized. And according to Havana, this was deliberate. Here's the official narrative. Cuban authorities describes it as a terrorist infiltration. They say that the boat ignored the signs, the warning. They say that the armed men were heading towards the coast with hostile intent. Well, official statements say that they were coming to hit us. In their version of events, border forces act to stop an imminent threat. But the question remains, what was the exact plan? Who funded it? Was it politically motivated or it was criminal? Well, Cuban authorities, they claim several of the suspects, they had histories of criminal and violent activities. Some records are being cited, but some details, they admit, have not been independently verified. But that matters because in cases like this, narratives can change international consequences. And this incident, it is explosive because it sits at the intersection of two tense relationships between Havana and between Washington, between Cuban authorities and members of the Cuban diaspora in Florida, and because it involves guns and deaths. When blood is spilled, politics do follow. Here's the bigger context. Relationship between Cuba and the United States have been strained for years now. Sanctions remain in place, economic pressure, they are high. Migration flow, it continues, trust is limited, and add to that, an alleged armed infiltration from the US territory, even if it is unofficial, even if it carried out by the individuals, the symbolism, it's extremely powerful. The question is, what happens next? Though there are investigations that continue, identifications are being confirmed right now, diplomat channels, they are active but cautious. If evidence supports Havana's claim, it strengthens its security narrative. But if contradiction emerges, tensions could spike even further.